Good evening everybody, and welcome back to episode 143 of Enter Crypto, where twice a day I keep you informed and fully up to date on all things crypto. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I put out a new video every 12 hours. So the story we've got for you this evening is from CoinDesk, and it's their opinion from their opinion section. It's written by Nikhilesh Day. And as always with these types of articles, just remember it's somebody's opinion and not necessarily factual news that I'm bringing to you. So it's titled, "The White House is Concerned About Crypto." US President Joe Biden's White House published a statement on implementing safeguards for cryptocurrencies. That's the title and the subheading, so let's jump into the article and we'll comment along the way. The White House published a statement warning about the risks of cryptocurrencies, pointing to last year's various collapses. I spoke to an administration official about the statement and what it means. A tough year. The narrative. Last week, the White House published a roadmap to mitigate cryptocurrencies risks, signed by the National Economic Council Director Brian Deese, White House Office of Science and Technology Policy Director Arati Prabhakar, Council of Economic Advisors Chair Cecilia Rouse, and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. The statement on its face isn't a huge surprise. The cryptocurrency industry did in fact have a tough 2022, as I wrote in a previous edition of this newsletter. Just trying to keep up with the various companies that declared bankruptcy has caused our court database fees to jump dramatically. Nevertheless, the statement sort of hints at a more cautious approach toward crypto than US President Joe Biden's executive order on crypto from last March. The statement opened with a brief summary of a tough year for crypto, referencing the collapse of Luna and FTX, but noting there did not appear to be any contagion from the crypto industry to the broader financial ecosystem. I spoke with a senior administration official about the statement, who told me it was part of Team Biden's ongoing efforts to close regulatory gaps within the crypto ecosystem. We're hopeful that Congress will take strong action addressing needs in this space, but we're continuing to push forward on the administrative front, implementing a lot of the executive order recommendations, as well as encouraging regulators to continue their efforts to ramp up enforcement and crack down on bad practices in the space, the official said, calling the approach dual-tracked. The official pointed to congressional actions like Senate Banking Committee Sherrod Brown's letter to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on crypto regulation, and said the White House's own efforts would focus more on issues like implementing the executive order's recommendations. Last week's statement pointed to the White House's previous announcements, like the framework on digital assets and statements published by departments within the federal government, including a joint statement from bank regulators also published last week. But the events of the past year underscored that more is needed. Agencies have redoubled their efforts to fight fraud, including the proliferation of false or misleading claims about crypto assets being insured by the FDIC. And while the United States is already a global leader in fighting money laundering and terrorist financing, enforcement agencies are devoting increased resources to combating illicit activities involving digital assets, the statement said. The statement's final paragraph started with a comment on supporting responsible innovation, a line we've heard before, but closed with a reiteration of the author's concern about wanting safeguards in place. I think that given the events of the last fall, we were very mindful of the need to implement a lot of the safeguards that were called for in the FSOC report. Things like segregating customer assets, getting additional visibility into vertically integrated firms, cracking down conflicts of interest, addressing spot market jurisdiction, and that's a long list. But I think they're all part and parcel of how we make sure we'll be protecting consumers and supporting financial stability, the official said. So that's the article. It does continue actually, but not really much relevant that we can comment further on as far as the rest of the article is concerned. As always, I'll leave a link in the description for you to go and read the whole thing if you're interested in reading further. But I mean, really, there's nothing new here. The White House is concerned about crypto. They're worried about crypto. In all truth, the Democrats actually, this channel is apolitical. I don't side with either party or any party actually. But just to say that the Democrats have always kind of been anti-crypto, and I think it's because Democrats are sort of known for sort of government overreach, whereas Republicans, just by the nature of the party and the history of the party, prefer a sort of a government with limited powers. And so I think crypto appeals more to the Republican side of things, and the Democrats kind of not really crypto friendly. You don't hear many Democrats sort of praising crypto or being involved with crypto. They always seem to want to get more regulation, more control, as they do kind of with gun control and the other things. Whereas the Republicans seem to believe more in sort of individual freedoms and sovereignties. Individual sovereignty. So it's not very often so it really doesn't surprise me that the White House, obviously with a Democrat as the president, is worried or concerned, or any kind of negativity coming from them towards crypto is pretty much expected, to be honest. So that's what I've got for you tonight, guys. Thank you for watching and listening. Remember, everybody, to please subscribe to the channel, join my team, and I will keep you updated on all things crypto every 12 hours. Smash the like button if you feel you got value from this video, and I'll see you all in 12 hours time.